Alright, another update video on Keep Talking. Unfortunately I haven't made as much progress as I would have liked over the last few months, but I've got to the stage where I have pretty much finalised the timer design, which is the most important module, and from here on really it'll just be adding on the other modules, so importing the progress I made on things like the wires and the button from my prototype and starting to code the new ones as well. But really all the infrastructure's in place, and the timer, so it should be pretty easy to make some good progress from this point forward. But what I've done from the last time is basically round out the whole game logic, as we just looked at the kind of setup before, but now we've actually got the game running, and a bit more feedback from the app as well. So on the breadboards we've just got the two modules now. One's the timer and one's a kind of fake keypad module. The timer is actually hooked up the clock, and we have some strike lights here as well, and the hardware for the keypad isn't actually in place, so we've just got two buttons here that emulate you did something wrong, strike, and you diffused this module as well, just to kind of pass that backwards and forwards. So to start again, we've got the app here. I've simplified things a bit so you don't have to pick things from a list. It knows exactly what it needs to look for, as I've kind of hard-coded the name of the timer module for the Bluetooth service. So you just hit find and connect, and that should happen automatically. There it is there, second time lucky. Hit game manager. You've got one keypad module detected there. You can change the settings if you want, so let's actually do that and try something a bit more interesting. 2.5 minutes. Do the manual setup, because these are keypad modules, so it's given us the 4 there. Pretend we've done that setup and that's all ready and done. We've got the tick. That means we can actually start the game off, and this time when we do that, the timer will start after a short delay, and the time is slightly delayed but also shown on the companion app as well. It doesn't really need to be updated that quickly. I think that's an issue with the app rather than the comms between the two, but really it's just to help someone who might be kind of managing people playing this game to keep track of what's going on in case, I don't know, the timer is obscured from the audience. So it just helps people keep track. But if we do a fake strike, we've got an X there, and we've got an X on the game app as well. And do it the second time, they flash, the timer increases, that kind of thing. And we'll press the green button next. What will happen is, obviously there's only one module to diffuse here, so it will end the game. And you get a debrief screen as well, so it remembers how long you had it, how many modules, how many strikes you were allowed, and this is to kind of copy the look of the in-game debrief screen. We can go back, we'll put in just 1 minute, try hardcore, why not, do the setup, starting the game, got 1 minute on the clock, that'll start, and we can let the timer run down, or we can do a strike and end the game. And here we've got a different debrief screen, and it tells you how long was left, what the cause of the explosion was, just like in the game as well. So this is really all of the, as I said, infrastructure, the common parts that need to be in place. And now I can actually start putting buttons in, putting lights in, to have a real keypad there, and do some of the other modules as well. And really the timer's just about finished at this stage. Obviously it needs to be neatened up a little bit, but I can start focusing on some more of the fun stuff instead of just doing the comms, which has been a bit boring and difficult to really show people, but that's the progress that's been made so far, and hopefully you'll see something a bit more interesting in the next one.